Hi, I'm Nancy Martinez. I'm the director of the Independent Retail Floral Customer Channel and Marketing here at Lenbush Roses. And welcome to LBR Talks, where we share nuggets on business and leadership to help you elevate and enhance your floral business. I'm really excited to have Jeff Marone, our president here at Lenbush Roses, to share on the topic of trust and how it should be the foundation of building any team. So without further ado, let's get to that interview. Hi, welcome to our very first LBR Talks episode. We're so excited to launch this series for our floral partners. And today I'm excited for our guest. It's Jeff Marone. He's the president here at Lenbush Roses. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks, Nancy. Great to be here. I appreciate being the first guest. I'm really excited about this and well done creating this vision and moving down this path. As you know, one of our business objectives is to partner in the success of our customers. And we do that really well, and we have a long heritage since 1965 of doing that from a customer service standpoint, from a locally grown product. I think going down the path of helping our customers succeed by sharing insights on what makes business work and what's instrumental to the success of LBR is really exciting. So I applaud you and your team for creating this and getting it started. I'm excited.
Thank you. Well, today our first topic is trust and building trust within our team. So Jeff, as our leader here, before we totally get into that, can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you've spent time in leadership roles, and where did trust come into play there?
Yeah, for sure. So my first professional job was as an Army officer. I went to West Point, had the opportunity to go there, and a lot of focus on leadership, as you might imagine. So it really started there, and different from the Hollywood stereotype, which is hierarchical, command-driven, top-down. Really the focus in the military, and particularly the Army, in my experience, and what worked is helping soldiers succeed. And the best way to do that I learned and I found is to build trust. Really have genuine concern and care for the well-being of that infantry soldier, in my case, and 24/7. And that comes over time by being open, by getting to know the team member, and really building that every day, all day. And I served for 5 years, and these principles helped me as a leader in the food industry for nearly 2 decades. I had the opportunity to run a recycling and trash company, and then about 3 years, coming up on 3 years at Lenbush Roses. It all comes down to the fundamental principles of establishing trust with team members, teammates, employees at all levels. I think that's the foundation for success for any team.
Yeah, I use the word foundation, and I think if you're gonna, especially in your years in the Army, that foundation of trust, you said 24/7. I mean, that just shows how important that is to any kind of a relationship, especially with the people that you're serving and working with.
Yeah, absolutely. That stakes are different in the floral industry from the military. Regardless, it's about helping people succeed, and I have a fundamental belief that all employees want to make a difference. They want to feel valued. They want to have the opportunity to share insights, ask for help. And to me, that only happens effectively if the leader has established rapport and built trust deep in the organization, across the organization. So whether it's a large team, 200 employees at Lenbush Roses, or a small unit, 3 to 5 or 6 people, so a small team, a small business, the principles are the same.
Sure. And so let me put myself in the shoes of a shop owner, and I have a new employee that comes in, and I want to build that trust. How do I start, or what do I do?
Yeah, that's a great question. And to me, what works is being authentic and having a genuine interest in getting to know that employee.
Yeah.
Taking the time, asking questions, understanding background, things that didn't come through in the interview. Background, likes, dislikes, how he or she spends her free time, and really asking those questions and listening intently to understand what that new employee is saying.
So learning more about a person elevates the trust in that person.
Yeah, I think what it does, Nancy, is it develops rapport. It develops, say, my supervisor, the owner, or whomever cares about me enough to
Yeah.
ask these questions. Again, it's got to be genuine. It's got to be authentic, and just simple questions, and frequency, and formal and informal, and just keep going on that. And that just, again, that gets it started, and it can only build in a positive way from there.
That's great. And so I have this trust, or I'm building it. What does that do for me? What kind of impact does that have in my business by having that kind of foundation?
Yeah, I think only positive things come from that. Whether it's improved employee retention, engagement, improved problem solving, up, down, and across in the organization. Continuous improvement ideas come more quickly and in a more robust way to help solve business problems and advance the cause. And if we're aligned on where we're going as a team, and a lot of that comes from communication and the tone that the leader sets, and trust exists, then the momentum builds quickly, and the results can be exponential.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think we could talk on and on about this.
Yeah.
This is just a short video podcast, and I like to leave our partners out there with one nugget. If you could give them one nugget on building trust, and you've said a lot already, what could you add to that?
Yeah, I would just reinforce it's being authentic, it's investing the time, it's asking those questions, and listening actively.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah,
Thank
start
you.
now.
Yeah.
If you don't do it naturally, I think there's a lot of ways to practice and be open about what your intentions are, which is to strengthen communication. We don't have to use the word trust, but asking those questions and showing genuine interest generates that naturally.
Great. And then the other thing, if anybody wants to take a deeper dive into this topic, you've obviously have a history of learning and executing on your leadership. What book, what podcast, what video, what could you offer to somebody who wants to take this a step further?
Sure. I think a great starting point is a pretty easy read by an author and a speaker named Patrick Lencioni. The book's called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. It sounds very negative, but it's really a parable about what we've talked about the last couple minutes here, which is building trust in a team and how to go about doing that. So great read, and I think we have a YouTube video, shortened version that we can share as well with our audience.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you. So we'll put a link on this video that you can go ahead, and it'll link you to where you can find the book, and a short video that Patrick Lencioni talks about. I think he just kind of gives you a synopsis of what that book is and does, and it can help you if you want to dig deeper. So.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: the first dysfunction is lack of trust. So it really ties to what we're talking about.
Awesome. That's a good choice. Then, hey, thank you for being our first guest. Thank you for
my
being
pleasure.
here and
Thanks
your
for
time
having me.
today. Yeah. Wow, that was great. Thanks for joining us for our very first episode here at LBR Talks. A little insight on me. I love words. I love quotes. And so at the end of each episode, I'm going to leave you with a quote that I found on the topic that we just talked about. And today's was trust. And this is by Patrick Lencioni, the author that Jeff mentioned. And it goes like this. Trust is the foundation of real teamwork. There is no touchy-feely about this. So I'll also have a download for you on this quote if you want to go ahead and print it out and throw it up on your bulletin boards. And as a little sneak peek to next week, we're going to have Jeff back again. You don't want to miss it. We're going to do another little deep dive on trust and on humility and the vulnerability that's needed with trust. So until then, we'll see you next time.